TBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And guys, if you're not into non-boxing videos, cut the video off right now, okay? I want to talk about the dangers of modern music. The dangers, and I'm talking about all genres. I'm talking about country, rap, it's no longer rap, it's hip-hop, R&B, heavy metal. I'm going to talk about these genres of music. And I want to talk about the dangers of modern music. Folks, I'm going to say this right now, okay? Music, in your body, you have a spirit. You have a soul, and you live in a body. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. Now, there'll be people that come on here and say, Coach, you just died. You ain't got to look. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. Okay? You've got spiritual energy that lives within your body. I don't care what you say, because the human body is ran on electricity. Okay? But I'm not going to go too deep on this spiritual side. I ain't going to do that. Because I'm going to save that, from my other channel. Because some of you dudes, some people in the YTBC, they can't handle, man, the deep spiritual thought. They can't handle that. Okay? But we're going to talk about the dangers of modern music. How many of y'all have been around somebody that they can't dance? They couldn't even get up and buck dance if they wanted to. That's a little joke for the 1LBZ. They couldn't even get up and dance or do anything. They couldn't do anything. But then all of a sudden, okay, they hear a song that everybody, everybody sitting there, they listen to a song and they're rocking to that song. And now all of a sudden this person, they got rhythm. They can keep up with the beat. They can dance almost. And it's almost like a miracle. I've seen this happen many, many, many times. And I'm talking about with these children. I'm talking about these young kids. Some of them can't dance. They can't dance, say their life, but boy, they hear the song, and all of a sudden, these kids know how to dance. Damnedest thing I ever seen, okay? Darnest thing. And kids I know for a fact, they can't keep up with rhythm. They can't keep up, they can't even clap and chew bubblegum. They hear the song, oh, they own it. They are on it. People, that's just the way that is. See, music, what it does, it gets into your subconscious through vibrations. It gets into your subconscious. And see, whether you like it or not, once something gets into your subconscious, you're going to be more apt to act on it. Now, some of us have a strong subconscious and some of us got a very weak subconscious. Those of us with a strong subconscious, we're going to do what we want to do no matter what's in there. Okay? So we're not going to act on what's really in there. We ain't going to do it. Some of us that's got these weak subconscious minds, you're going to act on what's in there. And your body's going to do something that you don't even know. You don't even know that you're doing certain things. Like, people who lie, and they lie so darn much. Like, I'm talking about all they do is lie. They lie so much that it's something subconscious to them. Like, they don't even know they lying anymore. They just lie. Well, same thing that happens with this music. You listen to a song, it gets into your subconscious. It gets into your spirit because you have a soul and you live in a body. It does. And that's just the way that is. And I say this because, have you ever wondered, sometimes you sitting there talking to your son, your daughter, y'all talking, y'all having a conversation, okay? And all of a sudden, you tell them something, and they all of a sudden catch a nasty attitude. And I'm talking about they get a nasty attitude. They're like, they don't want to listen. They ain't listening to you. They turn their back to you. Well, my daughter ever did that. I tell you what, I just tell you what, my daughter wouldn't turn her back to me. But I'm saying, I see kids who parents do that. I want y'all to go and check their phone and look at the music that they was listening to. I mean, prior to them talking to you. And I guarantee you, most of the times when these kids are doing dumb stuff, when they're doing really, really dumb stuff, it precedes a song that they was listening to. And I'm talking about some of the songs I be hearing them listen to, man, like 2 Chainz and Waka Flocka and all these other fools, running around here, making all these darn songs. And that's another story, man. They're making all these music talking about going to, gank somebody and shoot up somebody. And these guys, they ain't even from the hood. They ain't even from no gangs. They don't even know what it's like to be in a gang, some of these rappers. They don't know. But they sing these songs, and kids listen to that young homie Quan and that fool, and they get over there and start acting like a darn fool. And you wonder why your kids acting that way. Them lyrics. I want y'all sometimes stop listening to the beat of the song and actually read the lyrics. I mean, sit down and read the lyrics to a song and actually get an idea of what the hell is this song saying. I'm talking about literally read the lyrics. Read them. And you'll understand that there's an evil embedded in a lot of this modern day music. It's a lot of evil embedded in some of this music. I mean, actually listen to what they're saying. Don't listen to how good the songs sound. Listen to what the lyrics are saying. And I can prove to you, and I can show you. But see, I'm not going to get deep. Oh, no. I cannot get that deep with this. But I can tell you that those songs can possess you on a spiritual level, some of them. Some of them, they can possess you on a spiritual level. I know because I see it every day. I see spiritual possession due to the influence of modern day music. I got a kid I work with. He liked to listen to, a lot of country and heavy metal. And don't think country music can't spiritually possess you. Oh, yes, it can. Country music can depress the hell out of you. It can. And they got a lot of songs, man, that can depress you. But this one kid I know, he listened to heavy metal. He like it. Got no problems with him listening to heavy metal. But the problem I started having with him is that he started actually, just like all of a sudden he shaking his head. I'm like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, I'm just thinking about this song. So it ain't no music playing, but the song's still playing in his head. Ain't no music. You talking to him. Hey, man, what's going on? He shaking all like this. I'm like, are you having a seizure? Like, I'm sitting here thinking something wrong with him. Oh, no, I'm fine, coach. I'm cool. Or, he could be doing something. It don't matter. And he'll dab. And then he starts shaking his head again like this. Start shaking his head. And I'm like, this dude's still hearing the music. But one thing about this kid, he was always chronically late to class, and I remember that. Always late. So here's what I did. This dude liked to eat. So I told him, look, I'll take you to your favorite restaurant 3 days in a row. If you can do me one favor. For 5 days, don't listen to any music whatsoever. Don't listen to any music whatsoever for 5 days. He said, I can't do that. And I said, okay, if you do, I'll take you to your favorite restaurant. All 3 days, you can get whatever you wanted. Because I wanted to see if really this music, man, was really affecting this dude, just acting like a darn fool. And, the first day passed. Yeah, he was still kind of doing it. And I don't think that he completely stopped doing it. But I think he did enough because I saw an improvement. This dude was on time every day, those 5 days. The first 2 days, he was still shaking and all this other mess because he still hit a song. But on day 3, 4, and 5, the shaking stopped. All that stuff stopped. It stopped. I could talk to him. He wasn't shaking and all this other mess and gyrating, and it stopped. And, he stopped being tardy. He stopped being late. And, I'm not saying it's simply because of the music that he was listening to. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that it sure did make a difference. It sure did make a difference on his attitude and behavior. And even his dad said, you know what, man, he ain't talking back as much. You see, people, this stuff gets embedded into your soul. Listen to the lyrics. I guarantee you, if your kids are acting a certain way and they're going crazy, and sometimes, they do it every now and then, but you got to smack them back into reality. And then, they come back to earth. Look at the songs they listen to. I mean, go look at your child's, phone or whatever they little music thing that they use. Look at that. See what they listening to. See exactly what the lyrics say. And then not even get the song title, but go download a copy of the lyrics. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now, I promise each and every one of y'all that they've got songs and lyrics embedded into their head. The songs are so good, I got children that can remember whole songs. I'm talking about they can tell you the song from start to finish. They can sit back and they can do a karaoke and sing the song from start to finish. But then we wonder why some of these jokers act the way they act. Did you know that when Columbine, and I don't know, some of y'all wasn't around back then in Columbine, I was a teenager. But when Columbine happened, do you know when Columbine happened, okay, when that happened, you know that those 2 young men that shot up that school in Colorado, they was listening to some heavy metal music. That's what they was listening to prior to them shooting up that school. That's what they was listening to. And they listened to it on a regular basis. Now, I'm not saying the reason why they did it because they listen to heavy metal and you want to shoot up a school. Because remember that I told some of you dudes that the subconscious, some people got strong subconscious and some people got a very weak one. And those of y'all with the strong subconscious, y'all not going to act on what you hear. But it's just like in advertisements, y'all. Music, advertisements, videos, they get into your subconscious. Like, I'm sitting here, and I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I was looking at like a Burger King commercial. And no, I was looking at Frozen. And one of my niece liked Frozen. So we was sitting back and we was watching Frozen. And I stopped the DVR. I stopped it, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, what is this? Because it was an episode when she was blowing the snow. And I look in the snow, and I'm like, when on God's green earth does snow have a dark tint to it? And so, like when I just scrolled in, when I like zoomed in on the photo, when I zoomed in on it, I'm sitting here looking at these little horny little things, and it's like devil horn. But folks, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, because I can tell you a whole lot of commercials that's got spiritual influences in those commercials. I can tell you the commercials, and I can tell you where to stop the video at to look at it. So folks, when your kids acting a fool, or they got behavior that you ain't never, look at what they're listening to. And I guarantee you the music that they're listening to will correspond to the behavior that you're getting out of them. I've seen this thing happen so many times. But see, I can't go but so deep into this, and I'm not going to delve any deeper into this. See, I'll need about a half hour to really kick it to you on the spiritual side, and I'll do that, on my other channel, guys. You guys tell me what you think about this. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.